I do have some questions if you're up for it.
Please.
So this episode will launch, I believe, right after Easter is what I meant to say. Since we're quarantined, obviously what we do, we celebrate Easter. Those of you who celebrate Easter, Passover, or even just a springtime tradition. Danielle, what is an Easter tradition that you will miss this year?
The ham, man. That beautiful ham. Because I am currently staying in my apartment and not going home to my parents just because they're older and they should stay home and I should stay here. But every Easter we make a huge Easter ham with it has like the honey glaze on it. And then we make mashed potatoes and it's so good. And then my mom, even though I am a woman in her late 20s, will still make me an Easter basket. And
I get an Easter basket too.
I will get an Easter basket forever. One of my favorite things that are in my Easter basket are the Cadbury eggs, not the cream ones, the Cadbury eggs that are like covered in that hard shell.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And I also always get Girl Scout cookies in my Easter basket too.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about that. Last year, my mom made an attempt to make me a healthy Easter basket. And she put
that's I'm really sorry.
No. It was really good because she gave me all these different, I love dark chocolate. So she gave me all these different types of dark chocolate. And again, at that point, I was on and off with the keto and the Atkins. So there's like this low sugar dark chocolate or sugar-free with almonds. So she put a couple of those in my bag. She put the dark chocolate in my bag. She knows I love to bake. So she put, I think it was from Trader Joe's, a brownie mix made with quinoa. And we made them and they were actually pretty solid. That's a springtime tradition an end of the semester tradition that I will miss because I won't have the chance to make my students brownies this year.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes I'm up until 3:00 in the morning or I wake up at 5:00 in the morning to make them. And my mom's like, hey, you lost your mind.
Wait, you've been doing that during quarantine?
I've been making no, this is just like my regular Tuesday.
Life.
Man, this is just regular life. As you know, my dad's side of the family, all of my Mastrones get together and we have a big Easter reunion every year. We rent out a hall, everybody brings, it's very weirdly traditional where it used to be that everybody brings a version of either the exact recipe or a copy of their own version, or they cater and bring that version of what their mother used to make.
What's the big item?
The cheesecake?
No, not the cheesecake.
The pizza gain?
No. Oh, pizza gain. Why didn't I think of pizza gain? I thought you were
gonna say pizza gain or pizza rustica, depending on what part of Italy you're from. It's a crust with cheese and meats in the middle of it, and it is phenomenal.
I am just realizing that I'm not getting pizza gain this year for Easter.
You were worried about the ham.
Well, now I'm worried about the pizza gain. I realize I'm not going to get pizza gain. Well, rice balls, Christina.
Oh my
God. The rice balls.
My family would be so disappointed. Yes. Okay. So we've noticed that everybody tries to replicate their own recipe of the rice ball. So we get some with rice and mozzarella, some with rice and meatball, little baby meatball in the middle. You get some with rice and chopped ham in the middle, some with the rice, the mozzarella, and then the ham or the meat in the middle. And they're all deep fried. It is amazing.
So good.
Before we even eat and pray, the rice balls are gone. Like you have to get there early if you're going to get one. And one point, because
rice balls.
My father, who actually at this point in the year, it's been 7 years since he passed. But when my father was alive, he used to yell at my mother because she always used to run late. Dad, we gotta get the rice balls.
Should we bring up the story of us driving with the meat pie? Okay, real quick. Chrissy and I were driving past a pizzeria, deli, Italian place in town. We're driving by and they have a sign outside that says cheese pie, $12.99. And Christina goes, a cheese pie? And I go, yeah, pizza would sound really good right now. And she goes, yeah, pizza, but a cheese pie? I go, Christina, what do you think a cheese pie means? Because in my mind, it's pizza. A pizza with cheese on it, a cheese pie. But in her mind, she was thinking the Pizzagate, which now I can't stop thinking of Pizzagate, and now I want it. Am I gonna have to learn how to make Pizzagate?
Yeah.
Is that gonna happen? Or
I don't think it's going to happen on the Great British Baking Show, so you're going to have to find another channel. So my next question, in terms of what we're watching, I wanted to ask you if you had, in terms of YouTube, if you've subscribed to any new channels. The one that I wanted to tell you about was Some Good News. Have you heard of this?
Some Good News. No, I have not.
Okay, I'm so freaking excited to tell you. John Krasinski made a YouTube channel called Some Good News.
Okay.
It says SGN, his daughters designed the sign. It's fantastic. It's all about good news. So it's everything that's happening in the world, in our area, that is good.
Ooh,
and it's like I just watched the last one before we started to do this, and they had said all of the different areas that are coming together and making masks for people. Like the MLB was making them out of jerseys and sending them out. And it's so much fun. I don't want to ruin it for you because I do want you and everybody else to like go and watch it. And it's super fun. This has nothing to do with anything because they have like 3 million views already. So like whatever. But I love it. Oh my God, it's so good. He had Steve Carell on for the first episode. You need to watch it.
You had me at John Krasinski, but then you really had me at Bobby D. So I'm in. I'm checking that out as soon as we like finish this up. Because I've been home, I have really realized how underdecorated my apartment is. Just started following the Lone Fox. It's called Lone Fox by Drew. It's on YouTube. And it is all like apartment renovations, apartment like redos, and also like little DIY things. So it's all like home decor, super cute. Sometimes I like to just watch people clean their apartments to make me feel like I cleaned my apartment. So just to get inspo for like redecorating my apartment. So we were talking about some good news. The question was, what's some good news that we heard recently?
That's going on in your life. So the good news in my home, my mother hated The Office for years.
Yeah.
And I finally got her into expanding her realm of comedy. And I think out of the 9 seasons that I binge watched again, she probably watched about 3 seasons worth of episodes.
Wow.
2 or 3, and laughed.
Wow.
For Palm Sunday, we had my 90-year-old aunt come down and hang out with us, and she wanted to play Scrabble, so we played back-to-back games of Scrabble.
I would like to just interject really quick. I roll my eyes because I've played Scrabble in the Mastroni household, and you may think, oh, play Scrabble. No. Scrabble in the Mastroni household is very, very competitive. You are given your own dictionary, and if you get stuck, it becomes a group effort to help you get the most points.
Yes, it's competitive, but we also very much help each other.
Scrabble in your house is a very serious thing.
Because you don't expect a whole lot of venom from a 90-year-old woman.
Oh, Rosie will dish it out to you.
But she'll be like, oh, look at this. 1, 2, 7. Oh, I used all 7 letters. Hey, isn't that an extra 50 points? And she kills us. When I occasionally, I try to go upstairs every day and spend time with Aunt Rosie. And occasionally we will do a crossword puzzle together, or attempt to do a crossword puzzle together from her big book of crossword puzzles.
Oh, that's fun.
So that's the good news in my home. What about you?
I live in Hoboken, New Jersey. There is an Instagram account called the Hoboken Girl, and she advertises a lot of stuff that's happening, especially right now. She's like advertising a lot of small businesses and really pushing business towards them. And then at 7:00, they are having like a local cheer. Everyone in the city of Hoboken has been standing outside or like hanging out of their window and cheering for the healthcare workers. They have some DJs who are playing like Frank Sinatra songs at 7:00, and you just hear everyone cheering, banging pots and pans together and really cheering on the healthcare workers. The healthcare workers actually like come out of the hospital. People are standing out there like holding up signs and cheering them on. It's nice to cheer them on as they're helping us during this hard time.
That's fun. I like that a lot. Are we ready to close us out.
All right, so we'll close out. Bye,
right.
guys.
Bye.
See you next week.